Welcome into the Sports Buffoons podcast. Yo, ladies and boys and girls, welcome on in back again, once again, to the Sports Buffoon Studios here out of Lenexa, Kansas. Of course, we got the full clan with us. We got JG here to my right with me, and then Tanner in the little square today, over in the corner. So, what's going on, fellas?
What's up? Happy opening day, guys. Happy opening day. Happy opening day.
It's well, I guess officially the MLB opening day is today. I don't really care.
It's Yankees, Giants on Netflix, and they have holographic ads behind the plate. So basically green screens, and they're putting ads themselves, and it looks awful. Awful.
You got to make their money, man. They're desperate. They're poor. So get your ads out there.
The Yankees are up 5-0.
Royals first game, so playing against the Braves. So I'm looking forward to that. But
no Strider, no Spencer Strider for that series either. So I like our chances. Get past Sale, and you should be good.
Yeah, he's old and washed up, right, Tanner?
Dude, he's
been around.
I wouldn't say that.
Bro. That guy is freaking washed. He's not as washed as LeBron, but he's almost as washed as LeBron.
No, he almost won the Cy Young Award 2 years ago.
No, I'm just joking. Chris Sale's pretty awesome, so I don't know how well he's playing
I'd
right
take
now.
him.
He's good, and we got a lot of lefties on our lineup, so that'll make it interesting too. So,
yeah.
Anyways, what's new in your world, JG?
Just doing the professional gambling thing, man. That's pretty much all I do every day, man. I study sports.
Yeah,
I'm really big into sports these days.
Well, I mean, we do have a podcast called the Sports Buffoons, so I think
Jason, who's winning the championship, dude? Who's winning the championship? Who comes out of the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, well, Tanner, I wanted to bring that up because I think he had something he wanted to say to you about KU and the results.
Tell me more.
Himself even. So, what was your thoughts on that?
Well, I just like the fact that when it was requested that I fill out a bracket, I actually filled out 25 brackets in less than 4 minutes using the ESPN analytics. I'm pretty sure it's like an AI function that they have. So I filled out 25 brackets, and it kind of got my hopes up because although Duke won 12 of those championships out of 25, they also gave KU won the championship.
Really?
Times. Iowa State also won it 3 or 4 times out of their AI generated brackets. But anyway, I guess KU's out. So yeah. Well, what do you guys think about Bill Self? He did get fired, right? Is that official, Tanner?
Is it time to fire him, Tanner?
You guys are idiots.
I think they fired his ass. I think it just came out like 15 minutes ago.
No news yet. Probably won't know for a while if Bill Self is going to retire or not. He called out a post today saying it's all BS. No, nothing's true about it. So we just wait, man. We just wait. Now, North Carolina fired their coach, Hubie, out there, but KU's just waiting to see if Bill Self thinks he's going to be healthy or not for next season.
So what's the health issue here? Because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I mean, he seems healthy.
It's a hard issue. He missed the Colorado game this year because of feeling under the weather. He had to go to the hospital.
Damn,
if you remember earlier this year. So yeah, he's already experienced this year. He said he hasn't felt as he hasn't felt good. He loves coaching, loves the players and all that, but he just hasn't felt himself for the last couple of years. So, and it's all because of the heart issue.
Did he have a bypass? Do you know?
I think so. I think he did something around that.
Jeez.
So, yeah. So, I mean,
it's thing of it is like I agree with you. That's his decision. Like nobody's there.
Yeah.
You can't fire a guy like that.
You're not firing Bill Self. Jesus.
If he craps the bed next year, then that's a different story. But
he has a lifetime contract. It's legit. The contract he has, it's a lifetime contract.
Right.
So
if you fire him,
you
have to pay him like $1 billion, basically.
Yeah, they're going to pay him out. They're not going to be able to afford football for a couple of years, you know?
Dude, they don't even need a football team. It doesn't matter.
Hey, they got that great new stadium being built,
really
man. That's awesome.
Oh boy.
But yeah. No, dude, KU going out sucks. But you know, my Final Four is still intact. You know, I had Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Iowa State. And I have Arizona and Duke in the finals, and Duke unfortunately winning it all. I'm hoping not personally, but I know I'm not finishing last in a couple of the brackets. So, you know, everybody's still there.
So, Tanner, did you hear that Stephen A. Smith came out today and recommended that UNC hires Kenny the Jet Smith?
I saw a brief deal on that.
I've been asking people about this all day, and like, I'm a big fan of the old TNT show and the current ESPN show with these NBA games, and I really like the idea. Stephen A. Smith likes it, and you know, like I don't always agree with Stephen A., but I actually think this is a good idea because you know why I like it's a good idea, Tanner. Although he doesn't have coaching experience, what he does have is the ability. Like he's really big on TV and he can recruit players. So now that you have NIL, guess what, dude? The X's and O's of the game don't freaking matter. Now that you have NIL, you better bring some good freaking players in here. And Kenny the Jet Smith, he could be maybe an average coach or an above average coach, but guess what? That guy's going to be able to recruit. You know why? Because they see his face on TV. If you're a basketball fan, you see his face on TV every freaking day, man. So I
hope North Carolina hires him. I hope North Carolina hires him. You know why? Because I hate North Carolina. So I would love to see them in the toilet every year after year after year.
What do you think? You can't stand the fact that he doesn't have any coaching experience, or what?
It's not the way, man. It's not the way. This isn't the way to build a program.
Give me a reason. Like, I know he doesn't have coaching experience.
He's an analyst, dude. He's not a coach. He can't recruit. He's not going to recruit. He ain't going to get players. He doesn't have success behind him. He can't do that.
I don't know, man.
No.
UNC has all of the money, dude. Like, if all you need is just a face to recruit guys, I think Kenny the Jet Smith.
I hope they do, because I love to see UNC in the toilet bowl every year, man. I love seeing them in the toilet. So it's my best.
You guys are boring me, man. I'm already tired, and it's just gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna fall asleep, especially when we start talking about the NBA later.
Yeah, I blocked out everything you guys just said the last 4 minutes. So. Yeah. Anyways, we have a lot of draft topics to get to today. As usual, we're continuing on with our prospect discussion, and I have today, Tanner. You had the idea that we should maybe go a little deeper in the draft class and get some of those mid to late round guys talked about a little more this time. So we got a few of those to pick from, and I do have one back end of the first round kind of guy that we'll talk about as well. I wasn't sure, Tanner. You said we might have a guest. Is that someone you want to bring on now, or we need to wait?
I mean, we could probably bring him on some draft talk. I know he does it on his show, Just Fans podcast down there in Houston with Carlos and his AI.
He's in Houston, bro.
Counterpart. Houston, man.
I just got back from Houston, so we can talk about a little bit of Bun B Trill Burgers. I want to know what he thinks about the Trill Burgers down there in Houston, man. That's like probably a top 3 burger I've ever had in my life. So
was Bun Slut?
By all means, dude.
What about Bun Slut? Where's that at?
I don't know where that is, dude. It's somewhere in Houston. You can ask our guest about that because I didn't eat there. I didn't eat there, dude. But we need to talk about the burgers with your guy from Houston. Is he on yet?
Let's bring him in here.
Not, I'm just going to sit here and start counting my money from my winnings.
This is Rios from Just Fans Podcast joining us for some trap talk. Rios, what's up, dude?
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you having me on.
Hey, man.
I'm glad you're able to join, man.
I heard a little bit of the background, and Trill Burger, phenomenal. I love it.
First time I'd ever had it in my life, dude, was last week. Didn't even know it existed, but my buddy took me down there. And it was straight fire. I couldn't believe how good it was.
There's a reason the line's always around the block. It is so good.
Yeah.
It looked good. Yeah, the pictures I saw, I get down with that. I can get down with
And
that.
I looked it up on the maps. There's only 3 of them in the whole city of Houston. And I was just like, man, they're going to start building more of those pretty soon. But then the funny thing about it is like right after I went there, dude, I just started for the last, 10 days in a row. All I do is listen to Bun B songs in my car. So it just reminds me of Bun B more than anything.
No, they serve it at the stadiums too. The ones in the stadium aren't as good as going to like the standalone restaurant, but still, you need a quick fixes right there.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. Kick us off, Mike. Kick us off.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just get our late first, early second guy out of the way, and then that way the rest of this discussion can be about these mid to late round prospects. First one I wanted to talk about today was Omar Cooper Jr., Indiana's top receiver, of course, national championship. The Chiefs obviously are in the market for adding a wide receiver to their roster in the draft. I don't know when it's going to happen yet, but I'm assuming it'll be fairly early. Obviously, lots of questions about Rashee Rice right now, and then some questions about Xavier Worthy's abilities and health and everything like that going forward. But anyways, Omar Cooper, man, came in right at 6 feet, 199 pounds, ran a 4.42 at the combine. But I really liked the 10-yard split. Came in at a 1.54, which is really where he excels the most. No pun intended, but the acceleration is off the charts. And he was a yak monster. Had 27 broken tackles after the catch, which ranked him 4th in the nation, actually, at the receiver position. So guy was used a lot on screens, quick passes, those quick curl routes, comeback routes, stuff like that, quite a bit. And he plays the way he plays the game. He would fit the Chiefs offense perfectly with his style. So that's a guy, the Chiefs do have the 29th overall pick in the draft. So I think it would make sense if they were to take him in that point. Say at 9th overall, the Chiefs took their defensive end that they need, then boom, and they're at the back of the first round. He would make a lot of sense. He did also have a pretty low drop rate. He had a total of 5 drops in his career at Indiana, and then finished with 13 touchdowns this past season. Of course, he did have Mendoza throwing him the rock, so that probably helped a little bit. But I saw him go up and get the ball quite a bit too. You got to think about that. Is that Mendoza was a great player this past season, but I mean he had some good weapons around him too to help that happen. And Omar Cooper is one of those. So he had a 2.5 yards per route run in 2025, which is great efficiency. If you guys are unsure of exactly where that would rank, but it would be in the top percentile of this class. And he did play a lot in the slot. So about 80% of his snaps were in the slot this past season, which is why, in my mind, the way I imagine him in the Chiefs uniform would be replacing that Rashee Rice role, assuming that Rashee's not going to get that second contract because he's not in Kansas City. He's not. So he would be a good fill-in guy. And we don't know anything about Jalen Royals, obviously on this team. Didn't play at all last year, and so there's a lot of question marks with what the future is with that guy. So I can't sit there and just assume he's going to be able to be a plug-and-play replacement for Rashee Rice. That wouldn't really make sense. A couple of my really picky knocks, I guess, for me. He's a little bit of the size limitation and not maybe the best in run blocking. But, I mean, you're a wide receiver. Not really asking you to go out there and run block all day long. That's not so much what I care about. When it comes to if you can get open and create separation and catch the damn ball, He does have a little bit of a long speed issue at times. There was times where I felt like he probably had a guy beat and he could have extended the route a little further downfield. But I just feel like he's one of those guys that his acceleration is terrific, but he's probably got slightly average top end speed. But hey, at the end of the day, if you create separation on the underneath routes, then in this offense with the Chiefs West Coast style, that's what it matters, man. So anyways, I came away pretty impressed with Omar Cooper Jr. Obviously, he's not the flashy guy like we talked about Carnell Tate and a couple other guys before this show about a couple of months ago. But he's a guy that would be a easy, quick, figure it out right away kind of weapon for the Chiefs if that was the case. So I like him quite a bit. I think most mocks have him going somewhere around the 30th overall mark ADP wise. So, anyways, guys, what are your thoughts?
Late 1, early 2.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on
on the head? Like he does he's not as flashy as Rashee Rice, but at the same time, you have to worry about him off the field either. Like you have to worry about him.
Exactly. High character guy without a doubt. Yeah. Exactly. Never been in trouble. By the way, I did look into that as part of my research on Omar Cooper. Has he ever had any trouble off the field? 0. He is completely clean. Never had any problems, and is looked at as a high character guy. So that's good to know.
Especially playing in the slot, like I said, once Mahomes comes back, that's also going to be a good weapon for him because he's sure-handed as well, and he can get open. Not the fastest, top end speaker like you said, but he can get open, and he's going to hang on to the ball and break tackles.
Yep. I like him quite a bit.
Yeah. What do you got, Jason?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, I like the fact that he excels in the middle of the field, and like we talked about with the Rashee Rice situation. I mean, you're in the Chiefs offense, you've got to have a guy with yards after the carry. You have to have it right now because, obviously Kelce's getting long in the tooth. And so you need a guy to take over that role with yards out of the catch. I like Omar Cooper Jr.'s body control. And I feel like I'm just kind of imagining this guy as the guy that's going to run all these crossers and slant routes. So, and I like the fact that you can get him at 30. And I think that's exactly where we should look at. That's where we should be looking for a wide receiver.
Yeah. I think it's a good spot for it, and the multi-role that you can have with this guy. You can bounce him all over the place. That's what he was in Indiana. He was all over the field in Indiana. So I like that. I think it's a good prospect to look at here, and and depending who else falls around that time, could be one of the guys that we hope happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his finishing line last year was 69 receptions for 937 yards and 13 touchdowns. So obviously he made plays when it mattered there. But anyway,
good pick. Good pick.
That's my one top end guy I wanted to talk about today. But let's go ahead and dive into some more of the middle range type of players here in this draft class. Rios, did you have a guy in particular that stood out that you wanted to discuss today?
I brought him on to talk about tight end, man. Yeah.
Coincidentally, it's also named Tanner.
That's why Tanner likes it.
Yeah, no, the tight end for UH, Tanner, I can't pronounce his last name. Koziol?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a great combine. He was one of the all-time top 40 performances for tight ends over the last 40 years. He's very, very athletic, 6'7". He's led the nation in contested catches. Part of it is because he's pretty easy to push off the line, so he kind of had to win those contested battles, but it's kind of hard to beat a dude that's 6'7" with a long wingspan. But I think he's definitely a project player. He transferred from a really small school, played his senior year. Ball State. He set their all-time record for 94 catches. For the Cougars, he had 74 catches for 720 yards, 6 touchdowns, which, they had issues with the quarterback position, so it's pretty consistent production. He was, first team all 12, Big 12 this past season as a senior. He's definitely a project player, I think, but if a team that can develop, projects into elite tight ends would be the Kansas City Chiefs. Look at Travis Kelce. He wasn't highly touted coming out of college. He was what, 4th round for you guys?
3rd rounder for Travis.
Yeah.
It seems like most of the tight ends in this year's class are project tight ends. Even Sadiq, who is an incredible specimen in many different ways, still feels like he's got a lot of maturing to do from the tight end position just in the game. And so I think that's a lot of this class is that way.
Yeah, because most of these guys, they don't have more than just 1 year of being ultra productive, especially in the big programs. Like I said, with Tanner, he came from the Ball State. He came from a small school, went to the Big 12, was very productive, but still, it's 1 year. Because his first 2 years in college, it was 34 catches, 35 catches. Then he exploded and had 94. Then he came to a bigger school and still was very productive, one of the best tight ends in the Big 12. But again, still a bit of a project. Definitely needs to put on a little bit more mass. But I think you bring him in as a guy to learn from a guy like Kelce, learn how to, develop your body, get bulkier, learn how to get separation. He could be a guy in a couple of years.
Yeah, so what is his current projected range as far as ADP draft position goes?
He's definitely a day
3. Yeah.
Day 3.
You can probably get him in the 4th round, 5th round most likely, just depending, again, where certain guys fall. Unless a team really falls in love with him at his pro day, because we've seen it in the last couple of years, guys have great pro days, and they kind of raise their stock a little bit and could be going from the 5th to the 3rd round. We'll see.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I have not done any research on this guy, so I was curious what all you had for me on that guy. But it seems like this class is full of ultra athletic tight ends that just need a little bit more, well-rounded, basically playability, and to get them acclimated. Just get them on a team with a good coach who knows what they're doing, and they could flourish. It's hard to tell right now who's going to be the one that stands out and breaks away from the others.
Yeah, because I know Sadiq had one of the best, combine performances for a tight end. But again, we've seen these dudes that do really well at the combine, and then when they get to the league, never hear from them again.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping, like Vernon Davis had one of the best combines ever for a tight end, and Sadiq beat all of Vernon Davis's numbers. And then his miles per hour running is the exact same as Jahmyr Gibbs at over 23 miles an hour, which is just insane considering he weighs 240 pounds and Gibbs weighs 199, That stuff's just wild to me.
Yeah, because you heard about Sadiq, throughout the college season, but then his combine performance, you're like, dude,
yeah,
where was this all season?
And that's the thing is like the guy athletically is insane, but like we didn't see like on field that much production to say, oh, he's definitely going to be a bona fide, top 3 tight end when he gets to the league. It's just there's a lot of question marks still.
Yeah, I think most mocks early before the combine had him like, day 2 pick, possibly day 3, but he's probably got a top 15 pick at this point.
Yeah.
Almost 10. Like, it's kind of hard to pass it up, despite the questions.
He's kind of a luxury pick for a team at this point. Like if you're a team that already has all the pieces and you're pretty well set, and you could just add a guy like him to your roster. It's kind of a luxury pick. To me, the Chiefs have too many holes to worry about a guy like Sadiq at the top. So that means that tight end Tanner you're talking about, he would make more sense. Taking him later in the draft. That way we can use our top round picks on D end and wide receiver and stuff like that.
Because for you guys, he can slide in as a tight end number 3 and possibly tight end number 2 if he works hard enough. But he's a project. Like he's going to take some time to develop. Versus a guy like Sadiq, I mean, like I said, luxury pick.
Yeah,
I think he'd be a better option than Jared Wiley that we have out there. Wiley's not been impressed.
I've not been real impressed with Wiley yet at this point.
Yeah, I think he'd be an upgrade right away from Wiley, and he's able to block.
Since we're on the topic of it, I might as well just talk about my next guy at tight end actually as well. So we're all talking tight ends here. The one I wanted to talk about today is Eli Raridon, and he is from Notre Dame. He was actually a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, and he's another one of those big athletic specimen type guys. Came in at the combine at 6'6", and he was 245 pounds at the combine. Yeah. Ran a 4.62, and his 10-yard split was a 1.6, which is pretty great for those big guys like that. And his RAS score, which is the relative athletic score that everyone looks out on the charts and everything, he ended up at a 9.66 out of 10, which is top 3% all time since 1987 from an athletic standpoint. So that just basically means his height, weight, speed measurables are top 3% all time, which is just crazy.
2 guys, because Tanner's was 9.72.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, he's got him beat. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, that's just insane. That one day, maybe 10 years from now, all these 9-point whatevers, everyone's going to be a 10 out of 10 on the RAS. So I don't know. There's some stuff I liked about him. Anytime a tight end has basketball background is something that I find to be important. Eli Raridon does have some basketball background. And just great body control basically in the air and good spatial awareness as well with some things I picked up on. I'm not going to say he's like ultra nimble and elite in like short areas by any means or whatever. There's a lot of question marks about Eli Raridon. In fact, he has 2 ACL tears on the same knee already.
Yeah.
Which is something we need to take into account. Obviously, just anybody with an injury history, especially 2 on the same knee at this point can be question marks. But he did finish last year with 32 catches, 482 yards, and somehow a guy that big had 0 touchdowns. So, it's hard to figure out where these tight ends fit going into the league.
Well, then again, when you got Jeremiah Love on your roster, all I can do is hand him the rock. And,
True. You get inside the 5-yard line, don't throw it up in the air. Just give it to Jeremiah Love or Jadarian Price even,
Exactly. Like it's, just run the ball. Just halfback dog every single play.
Absolutely. I think the thing with me with Raridon is another project tight end, so he's probably going to be a guy that goes in the 4th or 5th round, kind of where you're talking about your guys going. So I like it. I like guys that have athletic ability. I feel like you can coach them up and get them where they need to be if they're willing and accepting of coaching. But I mean, Tanner, we just talked about Jared Wiley, another one of those guys who's big, tall, put up good numbers at the combine and everything. He's fast, but like he's not a natural tight end, man. Like I don't know that Jared Wiley is like natural for football necessarily, and it's just hard to figure out sometimes. And there was the Chiefs had a tight end. It was about 15 years ago. Brad Cottam from Tennessee, and he was a monster too. 6'8". I think he was 255 pounds, and he still lives out here in Johnson County, by the way. But he ended up. I mean, he played like 3 years for the Chiefs, and then just a backup, and never really did anything. And so all these guys that are huge, tall, athletic, I mean, it doesn't always translate. So once you find one that does, I mean, you got yourself a gem. So I have a feeling one of the 3 tight ends we just talked about will end up being great. I don't know which one, but one of them will.
Yeah, for every Tony Gonzalez that you find, you get like 20 dudes that play a year in the league and are selling insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
well,
what do you got, Jason?
I do know for a fact that Mike, he loves his guys with a basketball background, which is why he does believe that Tony Gonzalez, he won't admit it, but he does believe that Tony Gonzalez is the best tight end in Chiefs history. But
yeah, well, we already had a debate. We already had a debate about that 5 years ago, and I schooled you guys. So we're not even going to go there.
No, I mean, I love Raridon. I think he's got good length, good vertical speed and size. I guess my only issue with him right now would be the fact that he's not a great blocker. And if you're going to be a good tight end in this league, that's like the number one thing that you've got to be able to do to get on the field. So not saying that he can't improve on that, but as of right now, he needs some improvement in his blocking skills.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, there's not that many great blocking tight ends currently. I mean, outside of George Kittle, you can really name another tight end that excels at both catching and blocking.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
Good point.
Yeah,
It's
you
tough
just don't
nowadays.
see it. And you see everyone now like the Colston Lovelands of the world, basically, which he's a great athlete, obviously proved to be a good receiving tight end. I don't know that guy's really ever going to be a great blocker in the league. It's just one of those things. Everyone's just trying to be the one that catches passes because you know what? That's what gets you paid.
Yeah,
if you can get out there and learn how to catch a football, you can make the money.
Yeah, so how you getting commercials catching the ball? You're not gonna get commercials blocking, which
we've had Jason Dunn on the show before, the former Eagle and Chief.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best blocking tight end I've ever seen in my life. I mean, that guy might as well have been a right tackle. That guy, he probably would have made more money in the league if he was out catching passes more. But he was behind Tony Gonzalez and had some injuries and stuff. But I mean, there's still like
Jason Dunn was epic.
Blocking tight end though. Like blocking tight ends are still important.
Yeah, they're important.
Well,
number one tight ends, you don't really see them as blockers anymore. Like you don't have the Antonio Gates, the Gronks of yesteryear. Now, like you got more of these hybrid guys that are listed as tight end, but they're basically in the slot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's just
Your
kind of
Blake
the way the
Bells
game
aren't shiny. Yeah, your Blake Bells aren't shiny nowadays, but they are useful. They are useful.
Yeah,
when it comes to it. Honestly, for this guy here, the only thing I really had down for opportunities is it's route running outside of injuries, right? And the injury scare. But his route running is that's probably why he didn't have any touchdowns. But again, you didn't have to worry about him. But he wasn't really a downfield guy. Couldn't, his routes were kind of stale. Like there wasn't really a lot of separation. Let's just say that. For him, so that'd be the big downfall. But again, if you're getting a guy in the 5th, 6th round, I kind of like this talent. You might as well take a stab at him, see what happens.
Basically, you're drafting for dev and special teams at this, and the later rounds as it is. You find a gem, great, but you're not taking a huge gamble.
No,
exactly. All right, guys, I got one more player I want to talk about this week. Another mid-round guy, possibly here. Was Caden Curry, Ohio State defensive end. There was a lot on film that I really liked about this guy. I mean, the guy is strong as hell. I saw him play great run defense in a lot of different ways. And then he was finally a starter his last year. He had just been kind of a rotational guy up until 2025, and then finally got full-time playing. and finished up his 2025 senior season with 66 tackles, 16 and a half for loss, and 11 sacks, which are very respectable numbers, I would say. There are some knocks. I'll go ahead and give you his measurables because that's actually pretty important as to why he's probably going to go in the mid rounds. So he's 6'3", 257. Arm length is 30 and 1/4. Yes, we're going back to the arm length topic. 30 and 1/4, which is shorter than Ruben Bain and shorter than Cassius Howell. In fact, it is the shortest arm length, I believe, the combine since 1999.
Wow. Oh boy.
So if we're going to talk about Ruben Bain and all this other stuff and the discussion about arm length, we're talking about a guy who was very productive on the field, but that arm length is a serious problem. Yeah.
You know what that means, right? He's going to be a superstar. If he has the shortest arm length since '99, he'll be a superstar.
I don't remember.
I'm 6'1", like 185. I got 10 inches for arm length. Like
we're all sitting there home measuring our arms, like, damn, how short are those arms?
Yeah, I think mine are longer than this guy. Actually, if you want to know the truth.
I know for a fact mine are like.
No, it's possible. It's possible. I just for me, what I saw with him, I mean, he's one of those guys that's basically going to be kind of relentless out there on the field, but strong. I mean, he has really good technique, even though he's got that issue. But he's just disciplined player, And I saw a guy that's able to make rip moves, kind of set the edge at times against the run, and just high football IQ is what I picked up on the most. Just he's always aware of where the ball's at all times. And, sometimes those guys can be really beneficial on your team, especially as rotational. I'm not going to say this guy should be a starter every down, but as a rotational piece on your D-line, I think he could fit in really, really well. So, obviously there's some issues there. He lacks a little bit of fluidity and change of direction and things like that. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be those short arms that are his biggest drawback going against these long left tackles here we have in the NFL that can just basically put a hand out like that.
Because you got dudes like Trent Bradford that plays for my Texans. He's 6'8" and like 370 pounds. Like this, his arms are almost almost double that guy's arm length.
Yeah, it's gonna look a little funny. I don't remember a draft class having this many short arm defensive ends. Like Cassius Howell has got tiny arms as well, and it's so weird to me.
They're all going to be superstars, dude.
That would be fun. Well, at some point, one of them has to buck the trend, right? That's the whole thing. And so it's an interesting thing to me.
I'll give them bucking the trend. It's kind of like basketball. Guys under 6'2", they don't excel in the NBA. Like I was really great at basketball, but I'm 6'1.5", 6'1" with shoes. Like I wasn't gonna make the NBA.
Yeah.
This doesn't work. You can't beat the physical limitations, unfortunately, sometimes.
Yeah,
it's wild.
I hope one of them does at least. I'm hoping Bain is successful. I'm hoping, any of these guys we've been talking about, one of them ends up standing out. But yeah, at some point, there's a reason why there is the narrative that these guys that have under 31-inch arms don't work in the NFL is because it just hasn't happened. Just
the same thing with the hand size for quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing too. And I guess I tried to compare it in my mind to like Patrick Mahomes coming from Texas Tech and running that air raid offense. How no other air raid quarterback had ever been successful in the NFL. But we're talking about a system versus an actual physical trait, that you can't change. So yeah, I mean it's just one of those things. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. But I do like the player. Caden Curry is a good player.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's going to translate and be like this. 10 sack a year guy.
I mean, Donald was a 32 and 5/8. Micah Parsons was 31 and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out the realm of possibility, but it's few and far between.
Like, all these guys we're talking about are around 30.
Go back to basketball. Dudes under 6'2", the only one that's really like ultra successful was Allen Iverson. He was my size. 6 foot 180.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for him, this doesn't happen because, again, the physical limitations, they're there for a reason sometimes.
I was almost disappointed whenever I did not know Caden Curry's arm length until after I had spent time watching him. I just spent all time watching these game cut-ups of him and coming away pretty impressed. Like, why is this guy? Is it because of his 1 year of experience or because he was a rotational guy before this? And then I saw the arm length and I go, oh, that's why he's going to go in the 4th round or 5th round.
But again,
So-
in Aaron Donald's defense, the dude is probably lift bench like 500 pounds. Like it's
Yeah. Aaron, well, even then, Tanner, you said Aaron Donald's 32-inch arms, right? I mean, that's
32.
a full 2 inches more than the guys we're talking about right now. So
Yeah. I'm just saying,
and by the way,
guys
that's a
under
D
33,
Well,
you know.
most of us. Aaron Donald also, I mean, I guess he played a little bit of everywhere, but as a D tackle, it's not quite as important as it would be playing on the edge as far as having that arm length.
Because most centers aren't, 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Most centers are like 6'5" and under typically, because you don't want them that tall either. Because again, they got to hike the ball to the quarterback, so you don't want the tallest guy playing center.
And you got to see over if you're Kyler Murray. So
Kyler Murray is at knee length for most of the centers in the league anyway, so it's gonna be tough for the guy.
No doubt. What I guess real quick from you, like, what are you guys looking for in Houston for a first round?
Honestly, it's kind of tough because like they've actually addressed most of their needs in free agency, which we were kind of hoping would be the case, so they can kind of go best player available. So they can go a number of different routes. I'm thinking they're leaning more towards defensive tackle because they got some guys that were key players last year, but they're mid-30s, like want to get built for the future, get somebody a little bit younger, but they could also get a little aggressive and trade up for a skill position player like Sadiq, because like it wouldn't take too much for them to trade up from 28 to like 15 to get it upgraded the tight end position. So they got a number of different ways to get
Schultz. Yeah.
Because outside of Schultz, it's a gigantic question mark who's tight end number 2. Because you got
you could take that luxury tight end. You could take Kenyon Sadiq.
Because they have 8 draft picks. They're not going to keep all those guys. All those guys aren't going to make the roster. This roster is pretty set. So you got plenty of draft ammunition to get a luxury pick. Because outside of Dalton Schultz, you got Brevin Jordan coming off, I think 3 torn ACLs now. Like he's been injured. Back to back to back to back. And then from there, you got Kate Stover, who still has his own knee injury from the playoff game against the Patriots. So, you really have no one at tight end. But they got the guy they got from the Saints, Moreau, but, he's a blocking tight end. He's not going to catch the ball at all. So, it's a big question mark at tight end.
That's true.
Or they can go receiver as well because, outside of Nico Collins, you've got a lot of question marks. Jaden Higgins, he had flashes here and there, but didn't put it all together.
What happened with Tank Dell? What about him?
He's coming back, but again, he's coming back from a major injury, so they're not really. He's looked good in his training videos, but again, it's one thing to look good in training videos versus putting the pads on. And I think once he takes that first big hit and gets up, we're like, okay, he's good.
Yeah, that injury was nasty. So I mean, that's going to be weird. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to come back from.
But I've watched him his entire career from college to the pros, and if there's one guy that has the mentality and the make a comeback, that's that kid. Because I watched him.
I'm guessing the defense is pretty. Is the whole defense coming back? Basically, I mean, did anyone leave?
All coming back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Safety with Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, no, they're pretty set on the defensive side of the ball right now, still, and they're young, and they're all pretty young still, too, right?
On defense, I think the only old players would be your defensive tackles. Most of those guys in their mid-30s, but again, you don't need them to be superstars because you've got Daniil Hunter on one side and Will Anderson Jr. on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need them to, eat up space and let those guys work.
I guess Hunter's getting up there a little bit. Is he 30 yet?
He's 31, but I mean, I've seen this dude in person. That is a massive human being.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'4", a damn statue who's walking. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I remember him in Minnesota. I was pretty impressed with him at Minnesota, just watching him back then, but. Yeah, those two combined together are pretty badass.
I mean, they're double-digit sack guys each, easily.
Well, we would be happy to have one here in KC because our DNs are pretty bad. Just keep one that's decent. Karlaftis is okay, but he needs help on the other side.
Well, when Dalton Schultz is blocking him, he's gonna look like Lawrence Taylor in his prime.
That's true. just put tight ends against our defensive ends, and that way they look better than they really are.
There you go.
What I guess Jason, I don't know what you got Houston ranked for NBA going as we get the season roundup, but What do you got, Rios, for Houston? What's the outlook there postseason?
For the Rockets?
For the Rockets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're the 6th seed right now.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to gauge because there are days that they look like world beaters, and there's days where like, what the fuck am I watching? They're just hard to figure out, man.
They're just too young, bro. They're way too young. They don't have Van Vliet on the floor, and you got a guy who is a really good player in Reed Shepherd, who's just trying to right now find his way in the NBA. He's a really good player, but it's not like you're gonna win the championship or anything this year. So, but I freaking love their young players. It's just it's a big letdown, from the perspective of a Houston fan that
definitely
Van Vliet is not there to just kind of right the ship.
Yeah, I think not having a true point guard hurts them, and not having Steven Adams out there, because that dude's a rebounding machine, and he helps spell Sengun so he can get some rest. He's not the most he doesn't have the most stamina in the league, so he gets tired pretty quick, and you can see it on his defensive efforts in some games. Like, yeah, that dude's gassed. So yeah, I think they probably win their first round matchup, but I don't see them getting past the second round, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Cool. Wait, man, let's wrap up. Where can they find you?
So we typically record every Monday live on Just Fans. You can look us up on YouTube at Just Fans 22. We record our more professional show on Tuesdays. We release it on Wednesdays for Bring on the Blitz, where we try to be professional. But if you want to see the true us, it's on our Just Fans show. That's where I can, drink on air and be myself.
You can come on here anytime and be a buffoon with us, because we try to be a little bit anti-professional at times.
Hey, you're speaking my language.
Perfect.
Fits right in. Awesome. Well, thanks, Rios, for joining, man. Appreciate your insight too. I
appreciate you guys having me on, man. This is fun.
After the draft, man, let's see how the classes turned out, and maybe we'll have back on and we could do a little recap.
Yeah, I'm down. Definitely down. Anytime you guys need me, I'm on.
Yeah, man, it was great to have you on the show, and I am coming back to Houston, I think, in June, so maybe we can have some trail burgers together.
It's gonna be hot and sweaty down there in June, won't it?
I know, but apparently I'm going down there again. So,
but you know what? The food down here is worth the humidity. So
I believe it. I believe it.
Really good food.
You guys actually have seafood out there.
Thanks, Rios. We'll catch you later, man.
Thanks, Rios.
Thank you.
That's it. There we go.
All right, guys. Well, that was our draft discussion of the week. We're going to have another 3 players at least going on here in 2 weeks. And what do we got? 2 shows left before the draft. So, we only got a few more players to discuss.
We need some more guests.
We do.
Man. We got to bring some more guests on the show to talk about the draft.
Yeah.
I got more. I can definitely reach out for more.
Where's that? Where's the Jets
stuff?
Fan? I was thinking about the Jets fan from back in the day. Is he still around?
No, man, I haven't talked to him forever. I got to see.
Dude,
I don't know if
you got to bring him on for the draft, dude. He brings the energy.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll
grown up at this point. He got over it, man.
Yeah, he was like 15. Was he like 15 years old when he first?
He was insightful, man.
He's 19 years old, dude. Maybe 20.
He was insightful too. He was a great time.
Maybe he went to college by now.
See,
who the F knows?
When you're his age, like he was back then when we were talking to him on the show, like you feel like every emotion of every move your team makes, and like I don't know if you have the perspective yet on everything, until you get a little older on every move that's made and everything.
Did you say 10 years old? Was you really like 10?
No, I'm talking. No, I'm just saying. I don't know what I said, but I'm just saying when you're younger, like he was. Everything is a do or live or die or doomsday situation if something goes wrong. But eventually, well, as a Jets fan, it is. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Right.
But
yeah.
Anyways, guys, do you have anything else we want to talk about before we get out of here today?
That's up to Tanner.
I
dude.
don't got nothing, man.
Tanner's done.
It's a lot of opening. I got NCAA talk.
Who's your pick for NCAA? Who's your bracket winner? I know you already said.
I'm gonna go with Houston. Like I know that when I did the AI BS, like they 12 out of 25 times pick Duke. I'm not going to pick Duke. I'm going to go with Houston, I think.
So I did all mine off analytics for the first time, Ken Palm data, and along with using AI to analyze the Ken Palm data. I got Duke, Duke Houston going against it, and then Iowa State and Arizona in the Final Four. And I got Duke, Arizona, and Duke winning it.
I got Arizona.
Personally, for me, I'm rooting for either Houston, Iowa State, or Arizona to win it. But I got a feeling that probably won't be the case. Now, there's a real good case, guys. This weekend, we see a Michigan State Duke matchup, and that could kick out Duke. Michigan State and Tom Izzo in that kind of scenario could be very dangerous, and that could kick out Duke and totally ruin the bracket there. But again, that's just what it is. So that gauntlet of a bracket, that is the East. So that could be a really good bracket there. Nebraska, Iowa, what a great matchup that is. Beating Florida, beating Vandy. They face off Big Ten matchup, but also a rivalry matchup. That'll be a fun game to watch here. I think it's tomorrow or Friday. So that'll be a matchup to watch, guys, because it's gonna be insane.
Give me Iowa State or Houston to win the whole thing. Just anybody but Duke, man.
Yeah,
fact,
I mean, I'm not gonna be mad if Duke doesn't win.
Isn't that what we use? That's what we used to say about the current president. Give me anybody but Trump, dude. Anybody but Trump. That's how I feel about Duke right now. They suck.
Yeah. Well, Trump stole all of our money, man. We had money in crypto.
He did steal some of our money. There's no doubt about that.
Did you guys see the what was it? What's it called? The MLB future wins data. What's it called? What do they call that? It's where they predict, basically using data and predicting like the MLB projections for wins. They have the Royals winning the AL West. AL West.
Oh, the West.
And
okay. So we're going
over Detroit.
We were in the Central.
And they had an
bro.
86.5 wins.
Now he's confused because when I grew up, which was like back in the 90s, we were in the AL West. Like I think it was like late 80s, early 90s. So Tanner is actually older than me. If you guys didn't know that,
yeah, but why
he has more gray hairs than me.
Whenever it's the
my bad, not the West. You know what I mean. But the Pacoda. Don't mind me. All right, I got 1,000 sports on my mind. Pacoda. So yeah, currently Pacoda. They of course have the Dodgers at 102.5. Yankees, Mets at 90.5, Phillies, Mariners 89.5, and Cubs, Blue Jays 88.5. But they had the Royals at 86.5 over the Tigers for first place.
I'll take it.
So that'll be interesting.
I'll take it, man. I've heard the last time I checked, they've got a really good new hitting coach on the team that's going to.
I think they got like 3 of them now. They got like 3 of them, dude.
By the way, Friday I am going to watch the game at the movie theater, so that'll be interesting. I'm gonna get my popcorn and everything. And
what are you talking about?
Yeah, you could go to the movie theater to watch the game for free.
Yeah, let's do that.
Where?
All the theaters around town, all around KC. I'm going.
Really?
To one.
Oh, is that the opening day?
Yeah, on Friday.
Okay.
So I'm going to the movies on Friday to watch the game.
That would be amazing, man.
You could go in there and you can load up and bring your drinks in there and everything.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you have to hide your drinks.
Well, they don't care.
I'd never heard of that. Yeah, that's cool.
If you're not going to the movies to watch the Royals, then I'll get pictures of the situation. If there's a bunch of screaming kids in there, I'm gonna get pissed and leave and go to the bar.
There's
and they're running around.
They're all
running around the theater.
Game's at 6:15. What do you mean? He said all the kids are in school. The game.
Well, they got to get up for school the next day, don't they?
Yeah, they got to go to school
Friday,
the next day.
A Friday game.
They got to go to school the next day. No, I already know what's going to happen. All these parents are going to bring their damn kids in there. It's going to be a bunch of whiny babies in there yelling, and I'm just gonna get tired of it and go to Barley's next door or something.
That's not going to happen. You have to have a more positive attitude, Mike.
I'm just thinking out loud. It's a free thing. It's a free event, so I'm not paying for it. So if I hate it, I can leave and go next door.
You can.
So anyway,
yeah.
And then, of course, I get
That'd
to
be
watch
cool.
all the games for free at my place anyway because, I got the special box.
Yeah, you got the secret to pay-per-view. You hacked. We all hacked. We've hacked a lot of things in this life. We've hacked casino games. We've hacked not having to pay for pay-per-view events. So
yeah, it's awesome.
another hack. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, in the long run, not paying $99 for Royals TV. I've got time for that.
And we get to watch Mayweather versus Pacquiao
Ooh,
for free.
I forgot about
for
that.
free.
That's true. It is for free. You got to remind me.
Sounds like a dud.
That is.
It's in September.
And that doesn't even count against his record. Doesn't even count against the record.
No, but here's the thing: people are going to pay for that crap and spend however much.
Oh yeah,
you
people
will forget.
pay.
You will forget because the Chiefs are going to be going at that time.
Oh, that's
You'll
true.
forget
I won't
about
even care. I don't know. It's on a Saturday, so I might.
What's the point of doing a fight if it doesn't count? Like that's my thing.
No,
No,
it's for money, Tanner. It's just for money.
No. It's not exhibition, dude. It's not exhibition.
No, it was exhibition last time I heard.
Yeah, it's an exhibition.
No,
Dude.
are you serious?
Yeah, they already said it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's exhibition.
Pay for the pay-per-view.
So you're telling me that we need to talk about this. So they switched from exhibition to sanctioned and back to exhibition. Is that what happened?
All I know is
No.
they're saying it doesn't count on the record. Right?
Really?
Right, Tanner?
Yeah,
That's what I
everything.
Oh, that's dumb, man.
That's
That
what I
is
saw
so
recently,
stupid.
so-
That's so stupid. I'm going to look this up right now.
Yeah. Both fighters are much older now, 49, 47. So there'll be more of a legacy exhibition style fight than a prime.
Oh,
legacy
gosh.
exhibition.
But then nobody's going to watch it, dude.
No, but that's the thing.
And it's all on
People pay for that
Netflix.
crap.
It's not,
No, I
it's
don't
not
think they
pay-per-view.
will.
It's on
I think
Netflix,
you have
guys.
you need to have sanction or nobody's going to respect it.
Yes, I agree.
It's going to be a joke.
Oh, that's
They
so
said
stupid. I'm pissed,
basically
man. I'm pissed.
simple take here. It's on Netflix, of course, because why not?
Unbelievable.
So Netflix is going to pay for it and then spend all the money.
So they're
And it's about money
basically
and legacy.
those two guys, Pacquiao and Mayweather, are basically like Trump. They're a bunch of liars because they said it was going to be a sanctioned fight.
All it is sponsorships. They're doing it for the sake of putting sponsors on their shorts.
Man,
And that is what they're doing it for.
unbelievable.
So that's it.
Bunch of liars, dude.
So anyways, it's not.
And they're just going to dance around the ring like they did the first time.
Yeah.
You know, it's exactly what they're going to do. They dance around the ring, just like
yeah.
the Tyson fight.
Draw it out.
You know,
It's going to end. They're going to throw a couple little jabs, and then it's going to go every round, all 3 rounds or whatever, and then that'll be it.
Well, Pacquiao, I wonder who convinced Pacquiao, because Pacquiao was the one that came out and said, no, I'm not doing an exhibition. It's going to be sanctioned. So I wonder who talked to him, or because it makes, I don't know, man. I don't want to watch it. Honest to God, man, I respect that sport so much that I might just boycott the fight. I don't want to watch it now unless it's going to be legit.
I'm going to watch it for
It
free.
should count. Yeah. I mean, you can watch it for free anyways. It's Netflix.
No,
So-
I'm serious.
I don't pay for Netflix. Tanner.
No,
Why would
I'm
I do
telling
that?
you right now, bro, even though I can watch it for free, I'm still not going to watch it because I don't care.
So, hang on here. I'm looking here. Oh, CSI far. Yeah. It doesn't say who initiated. So,
All right. Well, I'm ready to go to bed. So you guys done with this crap?
Yeah, we're done with the crap. I'm about to teach Tanner when we get off of here. I'm going to tell Tanner how much money I made on craps and roulette tonight, and he can practice the new system that we've been.
If, as always, guys, those of you listening to the draft portion, if you want us to break down a certain prospect, I will do extra deep dive digging on that player if you leave him in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to throw 3 more random bastards at you and see which one sticks.
we do love the random bastards.
On our group chat, we call them something different. We call them something
Random
different. We call them on our group chat.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say what I wanted to say, but
that's on the group chat only.
random. Let's just
you
call
don't
them
you don't leak the group chat. It's the
random
number
people
one
that
rule.
like to mimic Jeffrey Epstein. Let's just leave it at that.
Anyways, we got a total of at least 6 more coming. Tanner, you come up with one next week if you want one, and then we'll go with that too. So,
Tanner, can you count on my money, dude? Can you see it on the screen?
all right, he's got all his
Count on
money
my
laid
money?
out. And
I got more money over here too.
all right, guys. Well, we got to get out of here. So I'll see you all on the next one.
Outro.
Do the outro, Tanner. Outro
You
time.
guys.